Hey everyone, how's it going? I am going to try something new tonight for you guys, so we'll see if this works. I am running two screens because I want to see your comments, and I want to try to be able to answer them while we're live, because in real time it's just so much better than going back and trying to capture what you're saying and when you're in that moment. So I am going to do that. So hopefully this is going to work. So if you see me looking down, I'm just looking down for comments or what have you. So I don't actually know if it's going to work on my phone, but I'm going to give it a try. So thank you guys for joining tonight. It's a little bit late. I normally do 8 o'clock Central, but I did 9 o'clock Central, and I'm hoping that we could catch some more viewers on the East Coast. Are you guys okay? I know you're having some bad snow there. We don't have that down here in Texas. And then hopefully some of you guys on the West Coast could join us, because it's now 7 o'clock there, and 6 o'clock hour, everyone's, having dinner, putting the kids to sleep, doing homework, etc. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? So yeah, this is actually working, so I love it, love it, love it. All right, so I know I told you guys, or hopefully you saw, we're going to talk about, hey, Christy, we're good, perfect. We are going to talk about how do I build my business, and I'm just going to speak raw. And I'm going to share my story, not my individual story, but how I built my business. So grab some pen and paper, because some of these ideas you might think, hey, that's a good idea. I'm going to try that. This one little piece of paper is bugging me. Sorry about that. It was not in order. So get your pen and paper out. So I'm not sure if you guys, hey, Lucy. You guys know that Lucy Gomez, she was my very first team member, very first one. I had just started. I think I joined, and maybe within 2.5 weeks, Miss Lucy contacted me, and she said, oh my gosh, Christina, I'm going to join Scentsy with you. And I was like, girl, I just joined for the kit. I just want the discount. I just lost my job and I need a tax write-off, but I really like that starter kit. And she was like, I've done direct sales before. I can do this. I know how to host parties. And like, she was talking me into her joining. Like, I didn't even have to ask her. So Lucy, I love that you were on this call tonight. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Lisa. So I'll tell you, me and Lucy, we didn't know what we were doing. It was like the blind leading the blind. Kelly Messina, hey girl, hey. We literally, if anybody, or if any of you have been to Spring Sprint World Tour, World Premiere, you know that it's an amazing Scentsy event, and there's training, and there's, they feature the new products, and it's just so much fun. Okay, we didn't know. We show up, and we've got our business casual attire on, because we were both working at the time. And we walk in, and everyone's got like purple and green and stars and boas and sparkle and everything. And they're just Scentsy spirit all over the place. And we're going, oh my gosh, this is so out of our element. What do we get ourselves into? But let's do this. And here we are, over 7 years later. The two of us are still together. So thanks for joining tonight, Lucy. So I can see Stephanie's on, Carla's on, Mindy's on. I'm so glad that you guys are all joining. This is amazing. All right, so let's get started. If you are friends with me, on Facebook, you see, or you saw earlier today, that I calculated, I was looking for a different number today. I do calculate my numbers every month, and I have done that for, I'm glad you're here too. I have done that for the every month that I'm with Scentsy. I track my PRV, I track my team wholesale volume, I track my group wholesale volume, I track my recruits, I track my team numbers and my group numbers and my overall how many joined our group. Done it forever. It's just a spreadsheet. I was in the spreadsheet today and I came up adding up my numbers, and I finally put in February of 18. And the personally sponsored number was 500. And I had never looked at that number. I never looked down to see the grand total. I was like, are you kidding me? So in a little over 7 years, me and Sean have personally sponsored over 500 team members. I don't like to call them recruits because they're team members. They join our family. And so I posted about that today. I got a lot of PMs, got a lot of texts. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? So I thought, you know what? I'm going to share with my team tonight, how did I do it? What have I been doing for the last 7 years to get 500 people in my personal front line? Not our team, not our group, not what someone else recruits. This is what we recruit. And I say we because I also bring in team members, and so does Sean. Some of them, thanks you guys. Yay, I'm seeing way to go. Y'all are amazing. Congrats. Y'all rock. Thank you. But yeah, Sean has his own customers. He has his own team members. They become our team members, but oh, Lucy, you're fabulous. Thank you. But he will do events on his own. He'll help me with everything, but he will not do a home party, which is awesome. I'm so very thankful that Sean's on board. He wasn't always at first. So I'm going to get started. How did I start building my team? I just told you. The first person asked me. That was Lucy. She's on here tonight. She's with us. And she is proof. And she can tell you, yes, I did approach Christina. And when I first started, I wanted the starter kit. I wanted the white lid party testers that it came with. And you know what? For those of you that have never seen a white lid party tester, I'm going to go get one. Just 1 second. So this will kind of explain to you, why did she want that kit? What was so exciting about the white lid party tester? And at the time, a starter kit only had one warmer, it had one bar, and catalogs, order forms, maybe some other marketing materials, and you got the 80 testers, okay? The 80 white lid party testers, that's it. Look how big that is. Do I have a bar around here? I have a bar right here. And the bar that I have. I actually just sprayed Johnny Appleseed tonight before I started this live because it smells so good. Okay, so look, you can see compared to a bar, this white lid party tester has quite a bit of wax in it. And I had went to, this is Sugar Cookie. Look how it used to be. I just love that Scentsy font from before. And this is still, it smells delicious. I could send this to somebody right now and say, put it in your warmer and it's going to smell amazing. Can you believe that? This is 7 years old. So these white lid party testers, I'm guessing, there's no ounce on here, but I'm guessing that they are half of a bar. So this is my logic. I get 80 of these and I get one warmer, and I already had a warmer because I'd bought one. I thought, I'm going to take this wax out, I'm going to scoop it out of here, and I'm going to put it into my warmer. And then I don't have to go to TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, or any of those stores and buy my Yankee candles that I was buying, and they burn down, and I'm constantly in the stores, and I'm constantly spending money because once the candle burns down, you need more. So, and of course, I would go into those stores and y'all know me, I wasn't just buying my candles. I was buying shoes and purses and clothes and stuff for the kids. And Sean would be like, I thought you went to go get candles. Yeah, I got those too. But isn't this cute? And he did not like that whatsoever. And actually, they were not cumbersome to carry around. I never even thought about it. But recently, after I joined, they changed them to the current party testers that we have. But yeah, it does smell amazing. Sugar cookie. Delicious. So that is what attracted me, because I got the 80 party testers. I wasn't going to sell. I even offered my catalogs to my sponsor. I didn't know who she was. I had done a catalog-only party for her. She didn't even give me a catalog. I only had her website, and I shared it with a couple of friends, and I said, hey, if anybody needs some Scentsy, I've got a party going on, because I needed more, and I had just lost my job, and I was going to use the free and half price for me. Smart, right? And so after I got all my free and half price, I was floored at how much I got. Y'all, my total was only $23.11. I couldn't get my credit card out of my wallet fast enough to give to the lady. And I really didn't even think it was on the up and up when she met me to give me my order. We literally met in a Target parking lot off the freeway. But she delivered it to me. And I'll tell you, before she drove home, she lived an hour from me. I had a catalog, because then she had given it to me at that point. I logged onto the website and I joined. I didn't even tell her. I just joined. I was like, that kit is mine. I know exactly what I'm getting. I was so excited. I was so pumped up. For me, those were all my reasons. So let me tell you how it changed. Let's see, who else is here? Oh, yeah. We're talking about switching the party testers. So I think I might have made a comment to my friends saying that this was in November 10th when I had joined. And I made a comment to my friends and said, hey, I sell Scentsy now. I just lost my job. Technically what I did was I sent an email. So if you're thinking, how do I get the word out? If you're some of the lots of team members who joined us in February last month and you're wondering, how do I tell my friends that I sell Scentsy? You guys, I'm not kidding you. Back then, Yahoo would only let you send 25 emails or 25 recipients at a time. I used hey Amber, hey Lisa. I used plain old technology, and I sent an email to 25 of my friends, and I told them when one door closes, so many more open, and I just lost my job, and I needed a plan B, and I was now selling Scentsy. And if they needed anything, to let me know. And I gave my website. And if they wanted to host a party, let me know. And I left it as that. And then I copied that same email and I pushed it out to 25 people. Boom, 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 until I had everybody in my contact list. Yes, back in 2010, I didn't have social media or anything like that. So that's how I got the word out to all of my friends. Well, lucky me. And yeah, I never got to scoop the wax out of these. You want to know why? I had a friend of mine. Her name is Miss Christina, and she reached out to me. So not only did Lucy join by reaching out to me, this host came to me. She said, Christina, I want to have a Scentsy party. I was like, I've never been to a Scentsy party. You want me to come to your house and share my Scentsy? I didn't even know what to do. You guys, I promise you, I probably did not tell her guests what my name even was. I know. But she had 20 people show up. They fed me wine, or they gave me wine to drink. I had food. I had 20 new friends. Y'all, she had $1,000 party. I was like, what? And these right here, this is what did it. They were smelling and they were looking through the catalog, and some of them already knew about Scentsy. And I'm like, how did you know about Scentsy? I just found out about Scentsy. It was, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was probably 6 years old, and I still didn't even know what it was. 20 of her friends ordered that night. It was amazing. I was there for 2 hours, $1,000 party. I was like, oh, my commission on that? Okay, we're talking doctor and attorney pay per hour. Okay, yeah, I won't be scooping the wax out of these because I need them for my parties. And the easiest thing was, at Miss Christina's party, her friend, Teresa, great friend of ours, now, I didn't know her at the time, she said, I want to do this. Can you come to my house and do this too? We had so much fun. Y'all, I didn't know what I was doing. The bottom line is, we were having fun. And Scentsy is such an amazing product. It sells itself. So all I had to do was write the orders up. We had a blast. I used the Warmer of the Month coming out for January. I told you guys about that recently. That was Margot. I got bookings for January just because of Margot. So I had my launch party in November. I had Miss Christina's party in December because she was sneaky. She said she only wanted to have the party because she was going to use the free and half price for her Christmas presents for her family. She has a big family. I was like, genius, Miss Christina. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is why you have parties. She's smart. Now she won't join, and yes, I've asked her. And to this day, her and Miss Teresa both had $1,000 parties. They are my hostess with the mostest. They are my, I need to give them a tiara or crown because they hold that title. So that was into January. And I'm telling you this because when I first joined, I didn't know that we could have more than one party at a time. I thought we could only have one. So November was me, December was Christina, November was Miss Teresa. I hope everyone knows that. You can have as many parties as you want. They can be catalog, online, basket, home, events, fundraisers. Oh my gosh, I could just go on and on and on. I didn't know that when I joined. Had no clue. But the next month, I found out that we could do basket parties with the little mini testers. What are those little things? What's a mini tester? I had no clue. Oh my gosh. When I found out what basket parties were, y'all, I started getting the word out. I immediately was thinking, who's a teacher? Who's a hairdresser? Who works in an office building? Who can I pass this to? Who likes to entertain? Who does bunco? Who wants to take it to church? Who wants to take it to their neighbor's house? You guys, I had basket parties all over the place. They are your best employees. They do all the work for you. And I started my basket parties out small. I had one. Again, you get 80 little mini testers. I didn't give my hosts all 80. They started with 20 each, so that I could get one basket party to 4 hosts. And then when I got a commission check, I bought another mini tester set. I didn't give out all 80. Nope, I wasn't ready for that yet. That was a big investment for me. I then upgraded, and out of one mini tester set, I got 2 hosts, and I gave them 40 apiece. That was plenty of scents to smell and then order. Then I got another commission check, and I invested in my business, and I ended up getting 6 total, 6 mini party sets, and that way I could always give out 6 at one time, and I did upgrade, and everybody gets all 80 cents now when they have a basket party. And I would also, these aren't the minis, actually I have these are the minis, mini party testers. These are so fun. We would ship these in a flat rate bubble mailer with the post office. I think it's like $7 and some change. You can literally fit a whole mini tester set in there, and catalogs, and a coffee bean tin, and order forms, pen, spatula, whatever else you want to add. So it didn't matter if my friends were not local. I was going to send them the basket party. Then I would include postage and another flat rate bubble mailer for them to get it back to me when they were done. And you can get the flat rate bubble mailers from the USPS website. They will mail them to you for free You just can't go into an office and get them, but they're called flat rate bubble mailers, and they are the best. So the way that I began to build my business was through everyone that I came in contact with. So for me, that was a mommy group. It was lots of us were trying to conceive at the time. We'd been friends for many, many years. Some of us had struggles, and some of us didn't. Some were already moms, some were waiting to be moms, some were trying. And so in that group, I never, not that I can remember, said, hey, I'm selling Scentsy, join my team. Hey, I'm selling Scentsy, buy from me. I don't believe that I ever did that. What I did do was that I would share how Scentsy was blessing my life or our family. And because that was true, that's exactly what happened. I remember getting my first commission check because I made $812 in my first month. I got the Shooting Star Enhancement Kit, and that put me at 1,012. So I promoted to certified my first month, and I got 25% commission. So you can calculate that. So I gave Sean his $99 back because I borrowed the money from him, and I think I had enough money left over for some shoes and some stuff for the kids. Yeah, and my testers. So I was excited about that, and I shared that with my mommy friends, or my to-be mommy friends. And my next check, of course, because I had a $1,000 home party with Miss Christina, I cannot remember what we bought, but I want to say that we were able to get the children I think it's called Rainbow play set outside in the backyard. And I remember so excited, and if it wasn't for Scentsy, we wouldn't have that extra money. We had never been able to afford a play set for them just to go get it. And so I remember posting a photo of the kids swinging on the swing and saying, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. We got the kids play set, and they're having so much fun, and I love it. And I was able to use my Scentsy commission to buy it, and it was just amazing. And so I was sharing how Scentsy was blessing our life and with our kids. And I had my mommy friends, or those that were on the group, some of them would text me, or they would PM me through, we had a forum, and they would say, hey, can you tell me a little bit about this Scentsy thing? Hey, Camila, how are you? And Christy, yes, slow and steady. That's how it goes. Slow and steady. Don't burn yourself out. But yeah, they were messaging me saying, hey, how do I get some extra income? How did you start this? Tell me more about it. And I thought, this is awesome. And so I'm able to help someone else. I'm able to bless someone else's life. I'm able to give them this gift of Scentsy, and it's helping me. And when they have success, it's going to help them too. Like, this is awesome. And so if you're going from paycheck to paycheck, and then you don't have a job, and then you have Scentsy, I'm like, wow, okay. But as you all know, I did go back to work. I took off all the month of December so I could have that with the kids, and I went back to work in February, and doing the same line of work. Needed of course, income, 401k, benefits, and my salary, but I kept doing Scentsy because I loved it. I was going to I was having home parties, and I wasn't ever asking anybody to book, because they were coming to me saying, I want to do this at my house, I want to do it too. Can you imagine if I had been asking, does anyone want to book a party, or playing a booking party game? I didn't do any of that for probably 6 months because I didn't know. Once I did know, one game that I did that seemed to be very, very easy for me to ask, do you want to have a party, at a home show, was the mini purse booking game. And before that, I was doing like Pass the Scent Circle and Who Has the Cutest Shoes, or I think it's called What's in Your Purse. And what I saw was that prize that was passed around from guest to guest. They were smiling when they got it, and then they got it taken away and they were sad. And I was like, no, I don't want one winner. I want everybody to be a winner. I've got to change this up. I need to have some kind of a game where everybody gets something. So that's when I did the mini purse booking game. It's actually called the dice game, but I didn't want gambling kind of at my parties. And some of the hosts and their guests, I don't know them very well, so the mini purse booking game made it fun. And all I had to do was open it up and read the card, and it was the enthusiasm is, yay, you earn $5, or you want a travel tin, or you want a bar, or you earn the hostess benefits at your own party. And I had my calendar and I had my pencil, and I had bag parties ready. And what I would do is I would give them the basket party that night so that they could start collecting orders for their home party before people even showed up. So they had pre-sales. I was helping them get more free and half price, and they were loving it. And of course, it helped their show total, which helped my commission. So once I did that first party, it was for a lady who was pregnant with triplets. And we had to hurry because we thought she was going to give birth. And really, we bumped her date up and everything. I knew no one at her home. I knew none of her guests. We had a blast. I think one lady, she knocked somebody else over, like a coffee table, because she was racing for the cute little plaid. I don't remember what purse it was, but she wanted that one. I think it was a hot pink one or something. But I was like, ladies, there's enough for everybody. It was hilarious. Okay, that home party was in June, and I booked 3 home shows, and doing that same game through all the different hosts and all the different customers carried me all the way to December. It was amazing, off of one little game. So back to, how am I sharing my Scentsy? How am I getting the word out? I literally was connecting with those who I had a relationship with. So if you think about yourself right now, what do you do for a living? Who do you come in contact with the most? Who do you interact with on a daily basis? And not just you, your kids, your spouse, significant other, husband, whatever. Who do they come in contact with? Because they can help you too. And if it wasn't for Sean helping us, y'all, for 15 months in our journey, we did not hand out one single sample or business card. I didn't know. No one told me to. I didn't know what a sample was. Why do I need to do that? I was already having parties. But you come in contact with people every single day. And until Sean said, hey, we're going to do a challenge. And at the time, we were about to go to a Scentsy leadership retreat in Mexico. And he's wanting to bring our business cards and samples. I said, no, Sean. These are all Scentsy consultants. They don't need our information. And he goes, no, we're not giving it to the consultants. We're giving it to people on the way, at the airport, at restaurants. There could be someone else at the resort that's not with Scentsy. I was like, oh, yes, you are right. Okay. So he said, look, you got 20, you got 20. First one to give the 20 out wins. I don't even know what the prize was. But at the time, I was so shy. I was like, I don't know if I can give these out. This is so weird. This is just not me. And so we get to the airport. And what's the first thing you do? You have to go through security. And I saw the TSA lady. And I was like I was trying to run up to her with my sample and my business card before Sean could. I didn't know. You're not supposed to talk to them. You're not supposed to give them anything. And I'm over here trying to hand her a sample. So I get A for effort on that, right? So the next one was we go through security. We're at the airport. He has a hat on that says Scentsy. I had a shirt on that said Scentsy. We walk up to Papacitos. And the lady, the cashier, she goes, Scentsy, y'all saw Scentsy. And both of us were like, boom. Cards were out. And I was like, no, I got it first. No, I got it first. It was hilarious. She took Sean's, of course. But that right there just showed us, why aren't we passing out our information? It's that easy. What are they going to do? Say no? Or they can put it in the trash. Or they can take it and smell it and go, that's real good. Or, hey, I've been looking for a consultant. Where have you been in my life? Y'all, for 18 months, we were not doing that. I wish we were. So now we will leave a business card when we're at the table paying our waiter. We will leave a business card at the dry cleaners. And it doesn't have to be a business card and a sample. It can be a host brochure. It can be, I'm looking around here at what I have. Here's my business card. My face is on our business card because I want people to buy from me, not a warmer. But yes, I want them to remember us, but a scent, if you attach a scent to it, that can attract someone. It actually attracted me. Before I joined, my mother-in-law, Sean's mom, she gave me a Scentsy catalog, and I thought, that's an expensive candle. I get mine discounted at Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I put that catalog in my purse. Guess what? Every time I moved my purse, that catalog moved with me. There was a scent on it. It was called Sticky Cinnamon Bun. I kept going, what does that smell? It smells so good. I could not figure it out. It was on the catalog. It was stapled to the front of it. And that smell, I'll never forget it. That's what it made me. But I was like, nah, it's an expensive catalog. No, candle. I don't want any of that. And so I thought wrong. So if I thought Scentsy was an expensive candle after they had been in business for 6 years, y'all know there's people out there right now today that don't even know what Scentsy is. They might think it's an expensive candle. And I actually declined going to a party of one of my friends because that's what I thought. I felt bad. I told her no. I made up some excuse about the kids. Someone was throwing up. I don't even remember. But then I went to a friend's house, and she was having a get-together, mommy get-together. All the kids were there. We had some wine. We were having a good time. We were all catching up. She had 3 girls, probably 2 at the time. And all we had was boys. But on her kitchen counter, guess what was there? Can anyone guess what I saw? I saw these. And I didn't know what they were. You guys, I thought these were like lip gloss containers or something for her girls. I was like, what are those cute things over there? Because they were all colorful. I mean, you can see they come in different colors. And she goes, oh, that's my Scentsy testers. I had a party, but you couldn't come. I was like, oh, yeah. I wanted to come to the mommy meetup instead, and I had to choose between the 2. And she goes, oh, well, I haven't closed my party out. You can still order. So you guys, I stuck my foot in my mouth, and I was like, all right, I need some more wine. Let's sit down and do this. And she brought the catalog out, and she showed me her warmer. I was like, oh, you plug that in. That's not a candle. And so she explained it to me. And y'all, I'm smelling these. I promise you. Imagine 20 of these. I literally had them like this. And I said, okay, I'm ready to order now. I want all of these. And I'm like trying to give them to her. And she goes, no, Christina, those are the testers. That you don't get these. You get a bar. And she showed me what a bar was. I was like, oh. I said, well, ladies, here, y'all can take these 20 because they smell really yummy. And I ordered 3. And my first bars were Satin Sheets, Enchanted Mist, and Mocha Doodle. And I got the charity warmer. I'll never forget. No, actually, you know what? I got Faith. It matched our decor better. And they shipped it to me. And that's when I realized, wait a second. These candles, I was burning down 1 a day. And I mean burning down because they have fire and soot and flame, which is dangerous. And then I got my Scentsy bar in the mail, and I put it in my warmer, and I popped in 2 pieces. And it lasted me a week because I was changing my wax once a week. I was like, oh my gosh, this was, wow, $6. Well, mine was 5 at the time. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I was like, a whole month off of this? Oh my gosh, I've been throwing my money in the trash. So you guys can see why I would join Scentsy, of course, because it was safe, it was saving me money, and it was stylish. It matched my home. And so building my business was having fun, and I was networking with those that had like-minded groups or friends with me. And so in the beginning, yes, my family and friends, they helped support me. They did ask to have home parties. I was so lucky enough to have Lucy join me as a team member. Lucy started to get team members. I was starting to get new team members. My mommy friends were starting to join. They were starting to order. Then they were ordering from other mommy friends that were joining. And I'll tell you something. When you have a group of people and you are very close knit, say there's 100, and I join. Not all 100 are going to buy from Christina, but then Stephanie joins. And now someone who you didn't want to join or buy from me now buys from Stephanie. I didn't get mad. What happens is they buy from who they have a relationship with. She had a better relationship with Stephanie than me, and so she ordered from her, or she hosted with her, and then she joined with her. So we have lots of mommy friends who are under other mommy friends, and it's amazing and it's awesome because together we're better. I don't expect everyone to be under me, but my business just flourished after that because I was sharing the opportunity as a blessing. I was telling people how it's changing our life for the better, what we were able to afford, what we were able to start doing and stop doing. We were able to stop going paycheck to paycheck because of Scentsy. And of course I was working, Sean was working. And then at 1 year, when my Scentsy pay matched my full-time pay, I asked Sean if he would quit his job. He was an independent contractor. He worked in the furniture business, and he hated it. He literally would come home and just shop talk. Hated it. His commute to work was all of 7 minutes, but he hated the traffic, and he hated the work. And I knew that. And so I said, hey, why don't you take my Scentsy pay and help me, and then I'll still be working because we need 401k, we need health benefits, and I have my income. He was like, not the candles. And I was like, no, you know, Scentsy's not a candle. Because yeah, but all my friends are going to think I'm selling candles or playing around with the candles. You know, I've got my man card. And like, he didn't want his, I don't know, his reputation to be like, hey, this dude plays with candles. But you know what? Why do you think we're called delightful divas and dudes? Because we have guys on our team. Do you know how many customers we have that are guys? Lots. I showed you guys the other day, there was a stack of envelopes because we were sending out the new catalogs. The ladies were here and the guys were like right here. They were neck and neck. Men love Scentsy. There's nothing wrong with that. Go in the man cave. They need to, I mean, in their car, they want weather leather. I mean, it's amazing. So Sean finally came on board, and he's been retired ever since. So I'm thinking about 6 years. He's been retired for 6 years now. But Amber says one of her best customers is a guy. I love it. So yes, make some more friends to share this with. Yes. So what I'm trying to say is when I was working, I was doing the Scentsy, I was doing the home parties, I was bagging and tagging and labeling and doing every bit of it. So while I was doing all of that until like midnight, 2 in the morning, guess where Sean was? Y'all, he was in bed snoring away. And at first, he thought that the Scentsy boxes that came in with the Scentsy logo, he thought that was me shopping. It wasn't. It was host orders. And I had to bag and tag and label and all of that by myself, which is hard. Separating it, making it pretty, and putting tissue and ribbon and putting people's names on it, just the whole 9 yards. And finally, when the third commission check came in, he was like, oh, this stuff isn't yours? And I said, no. He's like, well, why are there orders coming here? Why don't they just go to the host? And I said, because I have to put our information on it. So when they want more, they'll come back to us. He was like, oh, I thought I thought this was all yours. He was like, yes, I will help you. What do I do? So he began helping me bag and tag and label. And gosh, but if an order came in the morning, by the time I got home from work, it was already done. I never even had to touch it. I just made sure everything was right before I got it to the host. And then he would pass it to me. He would put it in my car. I'd drive it to my host, or I'd take it to work or wherever the person was. And now Sean does those deliveries. I call him the VP of shipping and receiving, because he receives the items and he ships them, delivers them. I mean, that he does all of that. But I'm able to still work full time while he does that during the day, which is a huge help. And then I work my Scentsy business after 5, but not really until 8, because I want to have our time with their kids after I get off work. We want to play, we want to eat, we want to have bath, we want to have homework, we want to have playtime, we want to have family time. And then I pick up my Scentsy business around 9. You guys know I'm such a night owl. I will be online and probably go until sometimes 2 in the morning. And I love it. I'm just a night owl. That's just how I am. It's kind of like getting 4 hours of sleep with a newborn. It's just that way with our Scentsy business. And I can honestly tell you, over 7 years later, when an order comes in, we're super excited. We just want to tear into it. What did she get? And to this day, when bars come in, I open every one of them up and I smell it. It could be Luna, my all-time favorite scent, tied with My Wish. I still open the clamshell and I'm going to smell it. I smell it before the customers get it. I'm also putting my label on it as well, so you all know that. But yes, once I realized who am I coming in contact with and how can I share this Scentsy with them, it became so easy. And it's as easy as this business card right here. That's it. I can attach a sample. I can do a candy mold. I did crinkle cut. I can do felt. I can do all different kinds of ways. Or I can attach this to this, and then I can put a sample on it. I can mail it out. I can hand it out. I can keep it in my car. I can keep it in my purse. I always try to be ready and never be Scentsy naked. That means you don't have anything on you. You have no business cards, no pen, no nothing with your information. So if someone says, hey, you sell Scentsy, because normally you're branded. You got a bag, a hat, a shirt, something that says Scentsy, and everyone loves it. So you've got to be able to have something in your hand to be ready. And where do you put your info on your wax bar? I will tell you, mine goes, these are our address labels, the wrong ones, but my other ones look very similar to it. My label goes right here on the inside. So I don't want to not mess it up, but if I put it on here, they can't see the scent. And I mean, they know it's Scentsy and everything, but what if they would need to know what scent is that? So I'm either going to have to cover up Scentsy's logo, and I don't want to do that. Their packaging is beautiful. I can't put it back here because it's going to fall off. So I literally put mine in here, right there. And I make my own on Avery. I save them to my computer. And these I print at Print Runner. They are round. But before I did that, I used Avery 5160. These labels are the heart, or have been the heart of my business for 7 years. They are amazing. They're very easy. I can label my catalogs with them. I can label my bars with them. I can label anything that I have, even a room spray. If I had to, I could put it right here and I cover up the barcode. Because when they're out, they need to be able to buy more. So back to building our business. And along the lines of, there's people that don't know what Scentsy is, but they see you talking about it. They see you posting about it. They might not comment, but they'll hit the like button. They like that. You're not sure why they like it. So what I would do is I would send them a text or a PM, and I would say, hey, Michelle, I noticed that you liked my Scentsy post. Thanks for supporting my business. Did you like the buddy, or did you like the scent, or can I share a catalog with you? And that opens up the dialogue, and I can send them a link to my website. I can get their address. I can send them a sample. And that, a lot of my posts generated likes or PMs or texts normally. Normally it was text. And they would always say, tell me more about this Scentsy. Tell me more about what you're doing. Because they would see, we're having fun. Sean does it with me. He's having fun. We're earning trips. We're going all these places. We were having a blast, and we still do. So when you have fun doing what you do for work, it's not work. We love it. We get up every single day, and we're super excited. Which host are we going to help next? Which team member are we going to help next? Which customer are we going to help next? We love on anybody around us. It can be someone that uses this, someone that gets it free and high price, or someone that sells it with us. And they don't even have to be on our team. They can be on anybody's team. Scentsy spirit and sharing is caring. That's just how we are every single day, and we just live it. But one way that I was able to share Scentsy, I was giving more than I took. And this was Sean's idea. And he said, ask your friends who has never tried Scentsy. I was like, everybody's tried Scentsy before. No one's going to say yes. Well, I did the post. And sure enough, there was 3, 4, 5 people that said, I've never tried Scentsy before. So I sent them a PM. And I'm going to use one of our team members. Her name is Amanda. I don't know if Amanda's watching. I don't think she is. She is near the Dallas area. She was one of the first ones, and we had been friends for a long time. She had watched my journey for a while with Scentsy. Never tried it, but you know what? I never offered it either to her. And even though we're friends, I never really said, hey, Amanda, would you be interested in a catalog? That was my bad. I should have done that. But this post that Sean thought of, I PM'd her, and I said, hey, me and Sean want to introduce Scentsy to some of our customers or some of our new friends that have never tried Scentsy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mail you a nightlight, a mini warmer, and I'm going to send you 2 different samples of scents. And I want you to plug it in somewhere in your house, drop one of the samples in, and I actually gave 2. And if I'm not mistaken, I gave 1 fuzzy blanket, and this was a whole cube, 1 fuzzy blanket and 1 ambrosia, if I'm not mistaken. And I literally sent a nightlight in a flat rate bubble mailer. These scents went into a little baggie, so they were separated. I put them inside the box where the mini warmer was, and I sent her a catalog. And I said, try it, enjoy it. I told her how to change the wax out, so if she didn't like one, she could do the other. And I said, hopefully, if you like it, let me know. If you ever want to order or host a party, I never even asked her about joining. And I said, if you don't like it, give it away to a friend or donate it to somewhere. But it's yours to keep, on us. We just want you to try Scentsy. And I think we sent out 3 or 4 of those. We did get the nightlights on sale, or I might have gotten them with free and high price or with host rewards or using perpetual party reward. I don't remember. And then we paid the 7 whatever postages. But we knew we were investing in our business, and who knows what could come out of that. Amanda, she got the mini warmer. She put the scent in, and she still has the warmer. She loved it, and guess what? She's our team member, of course. I already told you that. So there was another one that joined, and the others all turned into customers. None of them donated or gave away or didn't like the mini warmer at all. So that worked. But you just have to get out there and let them see it and smell it. Otherwise, they can't buy it. And if they certainly don't know what Scentsy is, unless you show it to them and they hold it and they experience it, then they might just be shying away from it like I did. I thought it was an expensive candle. So that was a wonderful idea that he did. Another way that we shared our Scentsy was just through our journey. I mentioned on social media, we didn't have that when I first joined, but I was just sharing it in a roundabout way. I don't think you'll ever see me say, I'm closing a party, what do you want to order? I've never had to do that because people, thankfully, see how amazing Scentsy is and how we just talk so much about it and how good it is. It's a consumable. It's saving us money. And it just makes it easy to sell. And it's like I'm not even selling this. I have this amazing product, and I just want to offer it to everybody that I can. And if they don't want to, that's okay. It's okay. So I'll lead into the next way that I was able to continue to build my team. What I was doing is every customer, because you know every customer is going to want more since he's a consumable, and most will buy a warmer and some bars. And they get it home and they plug it in and they love it, and oh, I need more. Christina, okay, I need to buy, and they'll get a combo because they know I've already showed them. You get 2 warmers, you get 6 bars. Let's save you some money. When they come back to me, I always would tell them, hey, instead of me putting this $60 order in, how about we get it for you for free and half price? Well, how do I do that? Well, we can host a party. It doesn't have to be at your house. You don't even have to live near me. It can be catalog, online, basket, Facebook, text. There's so many ways that you can have a party, whatever you're comfortable with. Let's get you some free and half price. And so I was building my business through booking parties that way because I was offering to help them get it free and half price versus taking another order and just taking order and taking order. Because at that point I thought, someone else is probably going to ask them. And if I didn't, then they might think, well, my Scentsy consultant didn't even offer me that. She just took my money and took the order. Or if I was comfortable enough with that person, if I knew them well enough and I knew they really love Scentsy, and I thought, I wonder if they need extra money. I wonder if they have children like we do, and they have extra expenses, and there's cell phone bills, and there's car phone bills, and there's house notes, there's all kinds of stuff. This could be a blessing to them. When they would come back and ask to reorder again, I would say, oh my gosh, Michelle, you've already spent $60 in Scentsy, and now you're wanting to spend another $60. Did you know that if you've even remotely ever thought about joining Scentsy, it's only $99? You're like $30 away. And if they would join, that's fine. And if not, then I would tell them, it's okay, no problem at all. I will get your order placed. I so appreciate your business. And as soon as it comes in, I'll get it delivered to you. And it was not a problem. It was not awkward, but I offered it to them. And it gave them something to think about. And again, if I don't offer it, someone else is going to. And another thing that I always would do with my hosts is if they had a home party, basket party, any kind of party, when we were ready to close it out. I'm going to give you another example, and coincidentally, her name is Christina as well. She lived in Missouri. She was a mommy friend and had a basket party for me. Of course, I shipped it to her. She worked in a dentist office, if I'm not mistaken, has a daughter, and I want to say she was in ballet at the time. She called me because she was giving me all the orders. I think she actually faxed them, if I'm not mistaken. That's how I got them, because this was back then. And so I'm telling her, hey, Miss Christina, thanks for having your party. You did so good. You had a $400 party. And I had told her if she got a $400 party, I was going to give her a free mini warmer. And I was going to use my perpetual party reward to pay for it for her. So she knew she was going to get the mini warmer. And I said, but you know what? I have all these orders, and I just wanted you to know you're going to get this amount in free and half price as the host. You're going to get the gift that I'm giving to you as well. And if you've even remotely thought about joining Scentsy, I would let you have these orders. You join. You get all the free and half price. You still get my what I promised you. You get the orders. You get the repeat business. You get the bookings, because one lady said she wanted to do it too, because she wasn't ready to send me my basket party back. She wanted to hand it to another lady. And so I just needed to give her more catalogs and more order forms. But I said, and then you have your business, and you have $400 in sales. So you're only $100 away from shooting star, and then you're only $600 away from certifying. and you haven't even shared it with your family and friends, this is just your friends at the office. What do you think? And she said, oh my gosh, I'm going to school and I'm working. And she said her daughter was in ballet and they were really busy. She said, no. She said, it's okay. And I said, Christina, it's no problem at all. I said, you are a rock star. Thank you so much for having the party with me. I'm going to get these orders plugged in. We took her free and half price. And I said, I'm going to ship it all to you. You pass it out to your friends, and I really appreciate you hosting. And a week goes by. She gets the order. She brings it to work. She passes it around to all her friends. And, of course, they love it. And they come back to her, and they want more. What do you think she's going to tell them? Her first reaction was, oh, yeah, my friend Christina in Texas. She was going to say Texas. She was like, no, I need them to be ordering from me. She literally called me and she said, Christina, she goes, I'm kicking myself in the rear. When you asked me to join and pass the party to me, I totally should have done it. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm joining today and I've got more orders already from my workers and I'm ready to go. So you guys, it was very hard for me to pass up the 400 in orders because that's my commission that I would have been missing out on. And even if her party was 500, I still would have offered it. But that is hard to pass up if you're trying to earn an incentive or if you're trying to get sales, or if you're just trying to make some extra money because you have bills to pay. But every person you know comes in contact with at least 400 people that you would never come in contact with, ever. So when Miss Christina joined and started sharing Scentsy, she shared it with so many more people. She started to build her own team. If I would have just taken those 6 orders from her for that $400 party, that would have been it. The 6 people just turned into a new team member who's growing a team and is now blessing other lives because she's sharing it as well. So I always ask any returning customer to host. Let's get it for you free and half price. And I always ask any host before we close their party, let's give this party to you if you join and you get all of the benefits. So I always offer it. And again, if I don't, someone else will. And now with social media, you can share and people see stuff and everyone's going to post something's new. So I wanted them to hear it from me. I didn't want them to hear it from someone else. I want them, if Christina is their Scentsy consultant, I want to be the first one to tell them what's available. I want to be the one to offer them this. I want to be the one to offer them that, not somebody else. And so I was able to build our business hugely in that way. And I think if our team members do the same thing, then they start offering their customers the same way, their hosts the same way, then they're building. And then we found ourselves promoting. I promoted to director in 4 months, and that was not on my radar. However, Sean, he saw something on the last day of the month, on March 31st, that I didn't. And we had a team of 19, including myself. And I was working, when I worked from home at the time. And I was at my desk, I was working away. And he comes in at about 11 o'clock. I think it was his lunch hour because he lived really close to the house. I mean, he worked close to the house. And he said, hey, he said, you can make director this month. And I looked at him and I said, what? Sean, I said, we're at 5,000 in team wholesale volume. You have to have 10. That's like double. He goes, I know. How many parties do you have out right now? I said, 8. He goes, where are they? I'm going to go get them. I'm going to go pick them up. I said, but the hosts aren't finished yet. They're not ready to close out their parties. He said, I don't care. We're going to close them out today. We're going to reopen them tomorrow. We'll figure up their free and half price later. We're going to go close them. And I was like, okay. Like, he was gung-ho, got in the car. He drove to every office, every home. Wherever I had a basket party, he drove and got those orders for me. Left the basket parties with him, of course, gave him more catalogs, gave him more order forms, but he brought me the order forms back. And I kid you not, that was 11 o'clock in the morning. We had 5,000 in team wholesale volume. So if any of you guys are looking at your clock right now, we have what, 8, 9 days left in the month? Y'all, I had 9 hours. 9 hours. I started plugging away. I was plugging in every single one of my parties. I was closing them all out. I was talking to the host. I was saying, what do you want for in-half price? I'm going to get the rest for you later. Da, 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 da. I went until probably 9 o'clock that night. I don't even remember having dinner. And my mind was just, I was just dead. And I was like, I don't think we're going to make it. And back then, the workstation wasn't updating every hour on the hour like it does now. And I said, I'm like $9,500 away. And of course, my team didn't know anything about us possibly promoting. They had no clue. They were putting in their orders. I wasn't asking anyone, hey, where are you at? What do you got? Maybe trying to calculate, where I'm at. I just knew that I was about $9,500 away, about $500. And Sean said, you know what? He goes, I'm going to invest in your business. I was like, huh? He goes, you have an event at the daycare for Grandparents' Day coming up. You need inventory for that. What are you going to sell? I was like, yeah, I need to place an order for that event. And he goes, I'm going to give you the $500. Go place the order, get what you need. I'm like, what do grandparents want? What kind of warmers? What would grandparents want to smell? I had no clue what grandparents would have wanted. Would they want buddies? Do they want to give them away to their grandkids? It was a daycare. Do they already have warmers? I had no clue. But I put in my $500 order for the event that we had, and I closed the party. And it was about 11 or midnight, and I thought that's when the deadline was. I didn't know that it was actually 2 a.m. Texas time. Everyone knows when their month end is. And I closed that party. And we went to bed. No clue. Woke up the next morning. He's like, did you get it? Did you get it? I was like, I don't know. The workstation's not updating. And back then, the workstation didn't come up until about 10 or 11 the next day. So I'm driving to work, and I'm texting my sponsor going, did I make it? Did I make it? She's like, I don't know. I can't see nothing either. I was like, oh, poo. This is crazy. Like, I'm stressed. And so the workstation finally updated. And I want to stress to you guys, this was on March 31st. It was the month that we're in right now. It was the beginning of a brand new catalog season. And everybody loved the products. And everybody was having home parties. Everyone was selling. Everyone was just having a blast. We were having fun. And if I didn't make it, I didn't make it. But you know what? I gave it all I had. And, it was Sean's idea. Had he not pushed me, I wouldn't have pushed for it either. So at 11 o'clock in the morning, I was a star consultant with 5,000 in team wholesale volume. I closed 8 parties out. I had 5,000 in my own PRV because of those 8 parties. And because of my team members and their orders, the workstation finally updated, and we ended with $10,007. That's a cent pack. I was like, we made it by $7. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. And it's like, I have to tell our team, like, I double promoted. That's crazy. So if I can do it in 9 hours on the last day of the month, you guys, look at where you're at right now. Try to double where you are right now. If you're at 5,000, go hit 10. If you're at 3,000, go hit 6 and make superstar. If you're at, I don't know, 1,250, double that. Get your 2,500 and get to star. You guys can do it. And we're here cheering you on the entire time. You guys know about the incentive we're running this month for that pink Sarah bag. I don't even know where it's at. I think it's downstairs. That is a beauty. Cannot get it anymore. So you can win that just by being active. And I have to say, I'm worried because y'all are killing it with the tic-tac-toe incentive. You guys are like blacking out y'all sheets on the tic-tac-toes by sharing your Scentsy business. So we've got goodies for those. Like this month end is going to be so crazy. And so we have so much time left. Set a goal and go for it, and don't give up. And just know, I can tell you that our first 2 directors, they promoted within an hour of each other on our 10th month. We've been in Scentsy for 10 months. We promoted to star director. Both of them made it within an hour. I was actually in New Orleans on a mommy meetup. Those same moms that I shared Scentsy with, I was meeting up with a bunch of them, and we had a just mom weekend only. And I said, you guys, I got to sit down. I've got to get my phone. I'm so sorry. I do not mean to be rude. But I was like literally in my phone looking and watching the numbers update. And we were cheering them on. I was so excited for them. And me promoting to star director wasn't even on the radar. I was just so excited that the 2 of them made director, and they both did it within an hour of each other. I was like, ah! But I can tell you, they killed it on the last day. They were calling customers. They were PMing people. They had their personal specials. They called out the cavalry, and they did what it took, even if it took to the last 2-3 hours, and it came down to the wire. But they both did it within an hour. And then the very next day, after I had already congratulated them on making director, I told everybody, I was also star director. How amazing is this, you guys? It was so awesome. So we continue to grow our business. We continue to share Scentsy. We continue to have fun. We continue to pass out samples, offer the opportunity, try to get a customer to host, help them get it free and have price. Any of our hosts, try to flip them. Just sharing. And then 23 months, or is it 22? 22 months into our journey, while Sean was at boot camp with Scentsy, because I had already been to boot camp, he was attending boot camp. He's boot camp 17. I am boot camp 15. We have our own boot camp buddies. I don't know his, and I don't think he knows mine. But he actually we promoted while it was graduation night. And how awesome is that? So we had 5. We had 5 frontline directors. 3 of them promoted that night, in addition to our other 2. So that blew us over to Superstar Director. And I mean, ever since, we are just on cloud 9. And you guys know that we just love Scentsy. We love sharing it. We love our team. We love our customers. We love our hosts. And when you're around that positivity every single day, how can you not want it? How can you not want to be a part of it? How can you not want to share it? And I mean, now, y'all, we have body. We have all kinds of stuff. I no longer have to spray my spray and walk into it so that I can accidentally put it on me so I smell like this. We have fragrance rollers. We have a line of products that is so much more than warmers and wax, that you have to have somebody that you can come in contact with, that you can sell one of our products to. Are you a mom? We've got buddies. We've got sidekicks. We've got buddy clips. We've got kids scents. We've got everything. If you're a guy, we have men scents. We have men warmers, travel tins, weathered leather. I mean, you name it. And if any of you guys ever want to, call me, let's do a brainstorming session, and I will ask you, who do you come in contact with on a daily basis? And no matter who that person is, I'm going to come up with some tips or ideas or thoughts, or say, hey, do this or do that. Are you in a group of, maybe it's your dog breed and you'll have something in common? Are you in a group of people that sew or craft, or that love Disney, or that just love to shop, or that love just a certain product, or that you like to cruise? Mommies, of course, There's so many out there. Military. Just find someone. It could be gaming. There are people who have built their business as a gamer, and they communicate with those gamers, and then they join their team, and they're all over the world. They're not just in the US or Canada, Mexico. They're all over. I don't game, but you know what? I have seriously thought about picking it up, because that's how you come in contact with people. You have to talk to people in order to share Scentsy with those people. So number one was my home parties. They're a blast. They guarantee you customers. It's amazing fun. And the basket parties and other types of parties, they do all the work for you. And when you grow your team, it's always so much better with someone with you. I can't tell you how fun that first spring sprint was with Lucy. It was just the two of us. But if I would have went by myself, I might not have stayed. I might have left early. But we stayed the entire time. We had a blast. You might earn an incentive trip with Scentsy, and your Scentsy sisters or misters, they are earning it with you. And you get to go on these trips together. I cannot tell you how many friends that we have in Scentsy, and we get to see them multiple times a year because of Scentsy trips. Trips that we earn for free. And right now we're in incentive period. All you need is 20,000 points to earn for one, 24,000 points to earn for two, and guess what? Normally it takes 3 to 6 months to earn an incentive trip. If they do it in the summer, they used to give us 3 months. It's not very long. You guys, it just gave us 6 months to earn the current one to Mexico. So we still have, let's see, April, May, June, July. We still have 4 months and 8 days left. Are you kidding me? Last year we only had 3 months to do that. We've gotten 6. So go look at your incentive tab on the workstation. Go look where you're at. Where are you at right now? Have you already earned it? I can only see our frontline numbers unless I ask for a report. But I can see some of our frontline is already at 6,000 and 7,000. You're almost halfway to earning the trip. And we're, oh my gosh, we're not even 2 months in yet. Whoa, that is crazy. And just think, if you have someone that joins your team, they're earning with you, and the two of you guys can be sitting in Mexico together next January. How cool is that? So there's just so many benefits of Scentsy that building your team, it just comes natural. And for me, I personally was Miss Shy Girl, wouldn't make eye contact, walked with my head down, and that was just me. I had no confidence in myself whatsoever. And then Scentsy comes along. Y'all, I can share this bar with you because it smells so good. And y'all, this room spray here, I think I'm going to put it on myself. Yes, I can share Scentsy in so many ways. Why? I love it. I'm passionate about it. It's an amazing product. It's safe. It's stylish. And it saves me money over a traditional candle. And it's blessed us and so many thousands of others along our 7-year journey that I wish, where was I in July of 2004? Because I wish someone had asked me. I wish someone had texted me, emailed me, something, tell me about Scentsy back then. Can you imagine? So if I wish that right now, 7 years in, I still wish I would have known about it sooner. Go find somebody to tell about Scentsy, because there's so much room for growth. There's so many people that we see in town. If I'm checking out at Target and I have a Scentsy shirt on, I'm branded on the weekends. If I'm out and about running errands, I've got my Scentsy gear on. Oh my gosh, you sell Scentsy! Oh yeah, I got the shirt on. Yeah, I sell Scentsy. Well, I don't have a consultant. Mine quit. I've been looking for somebody. And you're like this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for this person. And they're like, yes, do you have a catalog? Something? And that's when you don't want to be caught Scentsy naked, because yes, I will normally say, hey, if you don't already have a Scentsy consultant, here's my business card and a sample. I'm local. If you need anything, let me know. I'll deliver it to you for free. We can meet up. And then I go. I check out and I leave. I don't bother the people that are in line behind me. That literally took me about 7 seconds to say. And, excuse me, they can put that card in the back pocket or they can throw it away. It's that easy. But I offered it. All you have to do is ask. I'm going to lead into, I don't know how much time, where am I at? I have no clue. I think I'm going over an hour, but I want to share something with you. This is the power of not asking. So I'm at a home show, and one of my good friends, Miss Stacy, and she has a home party, and her, I can't remember where she's at. I think she's in Pasadena. And I go to her house, and man, they were a ton of fun. They gave me wine, they gave me food, and of course, I did my booking game. And it helps me ask that hard question of, would you have a party? And the lady said yes. And I was like, woohoo, this is going to be so much fun. And we finished out Stacy's party. She always has amazing parties. I actually gave her away to Tracy Mason. I don't know if Tracy Mason is on here, but I had given a home party of Miss Stacy's to Tracy because I had double booked myself. And Tracy was able to do it, so she knows that Miss Stacy has good parties. And so off of that booking, I go to her friend's house, and I want to say she's in maybe Webster, League City-ish, because it was kind of close. I didn't know the area at all, and I drive up, and I start unloading my stuff and getting ready for the party, and I noticed as I was getting out of my car, her neighbor. So I said, hi. I waved to her. So I thought, that's her neighbor. She's going to come to the party for sure. So I'll see her later. So I run in, and I'm setting everything up, and the party was kind of different. People were getting off of work. They had shifts. So sharing my presentation was kind of hard. I had to do it a couple of times because people were just coming and going. But thankfully, they were familiar with Scentsy. They were smelling the testers. I mean, I'm like chopped liver. Once these come out, they don't need me. They just need me to take their order and help them put it together and get them bundles and stuff. So as I'm packing up and I'm leaving, putting everything back in my car, I noticed that the lady didn't come over. And so when the host and her husband were coming outside with me to load up my car, I said, hey, I noticed that your neighbor, she didn't come over. And I told her hi earlier, but I just figured she was going to come to your house. And she goes, oh, she sells Scentsy. And I was like, she sells Scentsy? Well, why didn't you have a party for her? And she said, she's never asked. Then you did. I was like, oh my God. Because I felt bad. I was like, oh my gosh, this lady's like, she literally lives next door. And then I'm coming over going, hey, it's Scentsy lady. And I'm all happy. I had no clue. But you guys, you know what? She was right. At my previous party, I did a booking game and I asked. And she said yes. Her own next door neighbor, who was a consultant, didn't ask her to have a party. And she would have. So think about your neighbor tonight, right, left, across the street, your neighborhood, whatever. Ask your neighbors. Hey, I sell Scentsy. Do you want to get some free and half price? I'd love to come over and do a home party with you. Have you ever done that? Because you know what? You don't want another consultant driving up in your neighborhood with their car that says Scentsy all over it, waving at you as they take their stuff into your neighbor's house and doing a home party for them. Don't let that happen, okay? You just have to ask. So, besides sharing, besides giving, besides offering, and having a great time with Scentsy, and doing it with Sean, it comes easy because we're having a blast. And we don't want to leave, and we don't ever want it to end, and we just want it to keep going and going and going. And we're so excited when you guys come on and when you guys have great parties and when you guys have your first new team members and when your first team members get team members and when you have your first promotion and when you get to director and you get to go to boot camp and incentive trips and just all kinds of cool stuff just with Scentsy. We love that and we want it for you because we have had it. Now we want you guys to have it. We have earned incentive trips with Scentsy before for a cruise, and they're amazing. And they treat you like royalty. We were a top earner, and they gave us a suite. And for those of you that are in our group and that were on the boat with us, you guys know we packed, I don't even know how many people in our suite. We had food everywhere. We had a blast. It was so, so fun. And so this year, we earned the incentive trip to the Mediterranean cruise. We earned it for 2. I want to say we probably were a top earner based on our points where we ended up at. And instead of taking the cruise, we chose to take Reunion as our incentive trip. Scentsy offered 4 different options. You were supposed to just earn Reunion or the cruise. Well, then they threw out a $5,000 cash bonus and a Caribbean cruise. So it's like, are you kidding me? How amazing is this company? Whoa. So we decided to take Reunion. We will never miss another one. We will be in Anaheim in July. And I feel so good about that decision. And we're taking the kids. And you know why? Because us being a top earner on that cruise and passing it up, we were hopefully able to allow 2 more people to get on that cruise and to have the experience of they can now be a top earner and take our spot and have an amazing time and get spoiled and possibly have a suite or get upgraded and cruise the Mediterranean in Scentsy style. I cannot wait to watch and experience it through other consultants. So we feel so good about that. We've already been there. We want someone else to experience that. So you guys, of course, we want to see you all in for Reunion. I talked about that the other day. Definitely register. Our team meeting is already booked. It's on the 18th at 11 a.m. We have a room that holds plenty, and we want you all to be there so that you're not just seeing us on these lives or maybe in passing or just online or in our group page, that you actually get to see us and meet us and hang out with us in person while we have fun at Disney. It's going to be a blast. So that's all I really wanted to do is to come on here, and if I can say I personally recruited 500 people in over 7 years, you guys can do it too. You just have to wake up every day, be passionate, share what you love, do it in a positive way, help others, give back, and show love to everyone. Your customers, your hosts, your team, your group, other Scentsy sisters and misters, your upline, the company. Like, it's amazing. And then you can't go wrong. So if I can give you a goal, try to start out with 500 in PRV a month, work up to 1,000, then work up to 1,250, then work up to 1,500, and then work up to 2,000, and then 2,500. We consistently sell 2,000 a month, and the magical reason is because Scentsy gives us another 5% bonus. That's 30% commission. When you look at it, you're like, why wouldn't you not want that other 5%? You make so much more money off the 2. You get a certificate. You get a charm for a monthly sales award. Those are awesome. And we try to welcome at least 2 people every month as a new team member, what you might call a recruit. in our group. So some will leave, some will stay, some will grow, some will promote, some will want to do it part-time, some just want the discount, some want it to be full-time, and some want it to be a business. It doesn't matter what their reason is or how come they do it. Everybody matters. Everybody's included. Everybody is loved, and it doesn't matter how slow or fast your journey takes, and you might just decide this isn't the journey that I want at all, and that's okay. We've seen people come and we've seen people go. We're still friends. They still order from us. They still support us. Maybe this just wasn't something for them, but then again, there's lots that come back and they take a break, and then they find out they love and they miss the camaraderie, the products, the company, and the extra pay, and they come back to Scentsy. So the cycle can come and go, which is so amazing that Scentsy allows people to do that just with a phone call. You can say, hey, I want to come back to Scentsy. 877-855-0617. That is the support phone number. Give them a ring, and they'll turn you back on. It's as easy as that. You just need to get your website up and running so someone can order and join your team. It's $10 a month, and you need to get your catalogs and your testers up to date. That's it. And then you start selling, and it's amazing. So that hopefully has filled up your notebooks with everything and lots of ideas, who you can talk to, and if you have to make a list, I did. I don't know if I tossed it the other day or not. I know I've talked to you guys about this. When I first joined, I used to make a list of at least 6 to 10 friends of who I thought Scentsy would be a good fit for, if it would bless their life, if they needed extra income, and I dated it, it would be March. And I would list those 6 people, and I'd reach out to them and say, hey, I wanted to share the Scentsy opportunity with you, da-da-da-da, and how come it would be a great fit for them. Excuse me. Some of them would join because I was merely asking, and they wanted someone to reach out to them. Some of them said, no, not right now, but I need a 6-pack. Okay, I'll get your order. But you know what? When it went to March, whoever didn't join, I carried their name over to April. I've carried their names over, and I added more. I always wanted to have 6 to 10 names, always. And every month I would repeat that cycle, and I would still ask them to join until they told me to shut up and go away and leave them alone. Did I not take them off of my list? And many could stay on there for a year, and sometimes it was just not when I was ready, it was when they were ready, when they needed Scentsy. And it could have been a product coming out, it could have been a scent, it could have been a cause item that was very near and dear to their heart, and they were like, I'm joining Scentsy because I'm doing fundraisers for this, or I'm joining Scentsy because that buddy right there, I mean, I can tell tons of those, I might as well join. So there's so many different reasons why someone might join, but we would never give up on them. So I carried that piece of paper, and if you ever want to do it, just take a regular piece of paper, fold it in half. I suggest you do 3 or 4, and that gets you a whole year. Keep your list and make notes. What did they say? How come? Or check mark them when they actually join, and carry their name over and never let them go. And I think a lot of them appreciate it, and we're like, you know what? Because I told her no, she just didn't write me off and just move on. She didn't forget about me. She came back the next month, and she came back, and she kept coming back. So I know some of you are probably listening or watching going, you know what? My sponsor bugged me too. But you join when you're ready and for your own reasons and when the time is right for you. So as long as you keep them right here, don't let them go, because you never know. Someone else might ask if you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and close for now, but that is a ton of the ways that we built our business and how we continue to be successful recruiting wise. You know that we build through our customers. We take good care of them. We have follow-up. We love on our team members. That's in addition to just growing our own personal team and having our own personal sales. So it kind of all goes in together. We've already talked to you guys about that. You know how we do all those. But to build our personal team, I hope that what I shared with you tonight, that some of these tips you can think about or start to implement or use in your own business or train your team members to do, because they all are super easy to do. You just got to get out there and do it. So anyways, thank you for joining live. Those of you that stuck around, I did not mean to go over an hour. And if you're watching the playback and you think, you know what, this could benefit my other team member, or this could benefit someone, this is March, this could benefit someone who's joining in April, come back to this video. It'll save for you guys. Come back and tag them and say, hey, you need to watch this. Hey, these ideas are great. Or, hey, I do this. And so I totally want my team members to watch it. So tag your team members and make sure that they come on here, because they can start building their business as well just by doing these simple things. So, and yes, Christy just said her director who promoted recently, we're super proud of, Angie, she never pushed. She just offered. So way to go, Angie. No wonder you are a director. You and Bo are awesome. And yes, LaDonna, you have a great evening too. Everyone else, thanks again for coming on, for giving your time, for dedicating your business to listening to me ramble for so long. We love you guys, and have an awesome Thursday night. For those of you that are in Australia and you're watching, have a wonderful weekend. And no matter what you're doing, if you have events, home parties, markets, fundraisers, baskets, whatever it is, rock it out and make it a good one. And we're cheering you on all the way to month end. Okay? Have a wonderful night, you guys. Bye.